Hello. It's just me for the moment. Kelley is probably doing corporate job stuff. She said she'll be late. Don't know how late, but some amount of late. So just me. So don't even greet her until she gets here. Bob says hi, Uncle Smiley to in Zen Ginger, Jody P, Stephen, and just me. So no topic as usual. Still recovering from the clash. Still time as a blur. So yeah, what are we going to talk about? Plants, probably. But what about them? Don't know. Yeah, right. Yeah, Sue, I think so. Also, she had to travel right after the clash. I think she left on Monday. She had to go to California for her job and then just came back this past weekend. So double travel. No, thank you. Not into that. So yeah. What else about plants? Everybody's breaking down their tubs except for the southern folk. I still have lilies that are blooming, cannas that are blooming, still fertilizing. So it'll be interesting. The most interesting thing will be when fall really takes effect in Louisiana, especially when the leaves start falling into that shaded tub because it's underneath an oak tree, tons of leaves, and usually the yard is just like caked in leaves. So I don't know if I'm going to put a net over the 600 gallon or just let the leaves fall and see how gross it gets. Gives me a lot. Craig says, any news on the missing male? Hasn't arrived yet. We use an international stamp, so I don't have any way of tracking it, unfortunately. So we might just have to resend it and maybe use some trackable method. Because, yeah, the international stamp, it's just kind of put it in the mailbox, say bye to it, and rely on the postal service to get it there and then hand it off and it'd be delivered. I feel like last time we sent something in that with that method, it did take a few months. So I don't know. We'll try it. We'll try a different way, a more expensive way that actually has accountability, I guess. Stu said, all my fish are in from the tubs, letting nature take its course on immersed plants. Yeah, I'm not bringing in fish because if we have a freeze, it's only a day or two at most. And I have the paradise fish in the 600. They're supposed to be pretty hardy, make it through our winters. So that's where they will remain and see how they do. I'm wondering if the leaf droppage from the oak tree is going to be too intense, and I might have to just put some kind of netting over the pond. We'll see. Worst case, I can just start raking them out, or just be very, 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 very tannic water. And the rain will probably wash out a lot of the buffering, make it pretty acidic. Don't know if that's me a problem. Steamthought just dropped what, Moose? Oh, a video. Okay. Understandable. That's why you're leaving. Okay. Well, you know what? While we're waiting for Kelley, I will do what we normally don't do during White Your Plants since time is limited. I will do the participants list. It's my way of filling in the dead air as I flounder up here. Nancy says, I hadn't planned on bringing in my Madakas, but I've got a fat green frog that has been snacking on them. I only want cute tree frogs, not water frogs that eat my little fishies. Oh, man. I wasn't sure for a while what was eating the guppies and before that the rice fish in the small tub. And then I caught a couple of owls sneaking around, swooping down, flying away whenever I open the door. So I think I'm going to blame the owls. Majestic assholes. Participants. I am much taller when I'm not sitting down. But if I stand next to the right people, I just look normal. Like the wedding party, all the groomsmen, we were all within a couple of inches in height. Barbalicious Sue, you and me and Stephen were sitting together doing judge scoring at the Clash. Indeed, we were. Talking about deportment and stuff like that. I felt a lot more comfortable being a judge this year versus the first year. I was a judge for plants and cories, which I was confident judging plants. Cories not so much because I hadn't really looked at what the criteria were. So I just kind of Googled it and then went with my gut and probably made some people mad. And I had no defensible excuse for it in terms of like why I judge things the way they were, other than they look good. I liked them. And then judging aquascaping, since I don't care about the rules of aquascaping, I just kind of went with what I liked. That wasn't a great fit for me either. But then going back to corridors, knowing how to judge them, did pretty good. And now I'm sure I pissed people off, but I don't feel bad about it this time. Would be the difference. All right. Participants list. We had Nancy B in here first, and Nancy has the most XP. Good job. We had Zen Ginger, Why Are We Always Yelling? Jody P, Tropical Fish Co., All Things Fish, Nick at Hardwater Propagation, Uncle Smiley's Aquariums, Aquatic Moose, Jonathan G, Rosie, Bob Minnell, Into the Future, Anne, Jenna P 2005, Sue Harkey, Craig's Catfish Cave, Fuzzy KR, Beto Great Lakes, Dr. Ted in the Tub Pond, Handbook, Dee Svenden, and Fishfam Link. I judged the plants and the cories, Ted, this year. And I think there was like 11 or 12 cories and 4 plants. And welcome in, Noel. Was there an odd amusement parks type sign that read, "You must be at least this tall to be a groomsman"? We were a tall bunch. It seems to be main criteria was just being at least 6 feet tall. I think Whip was the tallest, and then everyone else is pretty much even. Didi said, Tony thought I was extra smart when I was showing him the fish and throwing up the word deportment. Yes, love the deportment. It means they swim around and act like they're supposed to be. Jenna said, next year, Stephen said he would take at least 6 classes for judging. Oh my God, no. No, I definitely maxed out. My brain hurt just after that one, judging that one. Plus, Jenna, we're supposed to do less things, commit to less things next year. Fewer things, fewer, something like that. And Nancy is trying to wrangle us for the Triple Crown in Kentucky. Give us the dates and website, Rocky Top. All I know is that it's the something rhymes with Clash because it's closer than the Clash. It's something bash closer than the Clash. Still far though. It's like 11.5-hour drive. Seems like aquascaping pros just make up all the nuance. Yeah, kind of. I don't know if it's like they put crap together and decided it looked good and then made rules around that, or what, like how that came about. I would love, because the US is kind of behind the whole aquascaping scene and they have it on lock overseas. I think what we should do, what we do best in the US is learn the rules and take the rules and then break every single one of them deliberately. But then I don't think we would play well with the international competition. And welcome in Toonie Loon and Green Machine, Sweden. Bluegrass Bash. That's right. Bluegrass Bash, closer than the Clash. And Jenna said it's hard for me to do less things. I know. That's why I gotta force you to do less. And actually, you know, have time to walk around and look at the things. Look at the things that you helped plan to bring into fruition and enjoy them. Welcome in, Sketty Nona. Bluegrass Bash Cichlid and Live Bearer Associations. Nice. And Ted says, I think we should judge the fish fammers next year at 11 p.m. Deportment, finnage, condition, color, size. 11 p.m. though. That's when the lobby shuts down. So what are we gonna do? Go in the hospitality room? Because I'm not. All right, come on, Kelley. Freaking corporate jobs. Wish I had one of those. I did have. So I've been interviewing with a company for a few weeks, and when we got back from the Clash, the Tuesday after we got back, I had round 2. Then a couple of days later, they called me to schedule round 3, which was like with the boss's boss and their boss today. That happened at 11:30, and then you know they're executives, so they had kind of a poker face, and I'm like kind of in the dark. Like I think it went well. I did make it that far, but did other people make it that far? Was it all a ruse? And those will be my thoughts until I hear anything back. We shall see. Gil's Fish Room, welcome. See, Magnus says, I'm preparing my entry to the AGA competition. Quite sure I do not have a winner, but still nice to get feedback from pros. Yeah. I think they, so is the AGA just like Dutch scaping, or is it a different kind of competition? Are they judging that scaping layout? Because like the Dutch scaping has even more rigorous rules of like number of species per 10 centimeters or foot or something like that, and the type of species and all that kind of stuff, the colors you're allowed to use. And to that I say, screw it. I will be, for every one plant you say I cannot have in my tank, I will get 17. That's kind of how I've done the plant hoard. Welcome in Nathan and Corey Bruce. Good to see everybody as I sit here by myself. A real aquascape takes a few months setting up, judging, tearing down. Yeah. Judging, tearing down is not the same. I agree with that. It's hard to judge a scape on the spot because it's full of unconverted plants and plants that seem like they look good, but you know that they're tissue cultures and they're kind of a fussy plant. And if you have things set up the way they are currently, it's just going to melt and not come back. And most of them are going to melt anyway. And like you got the sword in the back and it looks fine right now, but it's a 15-gallon tank and it's going to take over unless you're very, very diligent about pruning it. And that's the kind of stuff that I look at whenever I'm judging a scape. That's the only thing that I can confidently judge. Or I'll see like Anubias or Boost or something that's on top of some wood and it's like very close to the light, and like, well, that's a lot of organic buildup on that wood, and that's a lot of light, and it's a new tank. There's very low CO2. That Boost is not gonna last. It's gonna get tons of algae and probably end up breaking down. But it looks good for now. Welcome in June and Cinnamon and JP Jeffries and Sweet Acres Koi Farm and
Hello.
oh, a freaking corporate job, huh?
God, well, yeah. Just work emergency. Hello, everyone. Hello. Good
Howdy.
to be back. Oh, I feel like, I was out on PTO 2 days for the Clash, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was away at work for a whole week on a work trip. And even though I was working really hard at my work trip, none of my regular work got done. So it's like all piled up waiting for me to do. Even though I was not on vacation, I was at my job.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm here now. It's good to see everyone. Stephen doesn't have to stream alone, which is not very fun for him.
Cool. I was just rambling about scaping and just judging scaping and judging set up on the spot scapes that are full of immersed plants and stuff like that.
Yeah, and there are different schools of thought on how to do that. I believe Grant and Shelby, they just judge what's there. But I don't. I judge what could be. So like I count against people if they put big swords places that I know are going to outgrow the tank and are inappropriate. Just like I would judge harshly someone who puts silver dollars in a tank, because I'm like, well, they're going to treat your tank like a silver dollar. Doesn't matter how pretty they are. True. So I judge that. But we all have our own ways of doing things.
Yeah, I mean because that's just my view of it. Like if I'm setting up a tank, it is to set up a tank, which means I am looking for that tank to do stuff over the next year, 2 years, 3 years, and beyond. It
needs to at least last 3 months. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I feel like 3 months is just you're finally realizing which plants are not going to work.
Yeah. So if we want to talk about real life here, I keep it real on this stream, right? These are my real tanks. I'm talking to you from real experience. I just noticed a dead Siamese algae eater.
Oh,
which makes
man.
me sad. I love mine, but the guy was pretty old. But it's like I have a dead fish on my stream. So I know
it's still there?
Yeah, I just noticed it just now as I was
poor guy.
I know. It's like he lived a fairly long life. I think I had him like 5 years.
This is a real video of
we're keeping it real here, people. Yeah. We are real fish keepers. We are not AI. We are not people doing top 10 fish I've never kept, but maybe you'll listen to me. I'm not just some hot girl thirst trap, okay?
So Sue would like to know, how do you keep your bacopa going? It always fizzles out for me. That's interesting.
Yeah, I've always kept it with CO2. I have grown it outside. It does really well immersed. If you're letting it go immersed, though, the lower leaves die off. So you've got to make a choice what you want to do. But I'm assuming you're always keeping it drowned. I don't know, Sue. Are you fertilizing at all? Because your water is pretty low KH there, I think. But it shouldn't matter for bacopa. It's a pretty easy stem. Let us know. Do you fertilize at all? Maybe? I don't know. What do you think, Stephen? It doesn't need a ton of light. It doesn't need it doesn't need CO2, but it likes CO2. Everything.
Yeah, I mean, it that's one that I do think you got to give it the right amount of light, because what I've noticed with it, if I put it in, say, a 55 or a 29 in a low light environment, and I transferred out of a tank where it was growing nice and big close to the light, the new growth will be substantially skinnier, and sometimes it'll sort of fizzle out to be just a very, very thin, like it's bunched, but just the leaves get tinier and tinier. And then there's a certain threshold where it seems to have enough light, and then it'll start growing. But stems, a lot of stems suffer from that.
Yeah, I mean, I've grown it in my 90. The least light I've ever had on this, though, was 2 Fluval 3.0s, and it grew fine with that. And I did not consider that a very high light tank, because this is a 90. It's very deep, and it did fine. But I'm also giving it CO2, which gives it a boost.
Like in this
Oh,
back up here is a 2-foot tall tank, and you can see it can get leggy if it gets too overcrowded and like
yeah.
bunched together. But for the most part, with the CO2, it prevents a lot of those older leaves
It
from
really
dying off
does.
early.
Yeah, it definitely gives it stronger stems. I mean, think about it. Carbon is what the plant is fixing to build those stems,
Yeah.
right? It's the building blocks of xylem, which is the plant tissue for vessels. They're made out of carbohydrates. It's how the plant grows tall and strong. So they're stronger just from that. But yeah, let us. Okay, so you have CO2, decent light for 125, rich substrate. Okay, what do you call decent light for 125? That's a pretty deep tank.
And how much CO2?
Yeah,
Because it's
yeah.
if you can count your bubble rate of CO2, then it's hardly any CO2 for a 125.
She thinks it's getting squeezed out, and that happens too. I have lost plants because they just get too crowded in the shuffle. That can happen.
Bacopa is not one that likes to be overcrowded. Like the way I have it right
Yeah,
now in the 90, I would not recommend that. But
yeah.
it's not a range and a perfect scape. I'm more farming it. So
Nancy
it's
says I'm primarily made of carbohydrates myself. I don't know about
same.
you, Nancy, but like after being at the Clash, I feel like I'm just primarily made of fat.
I had lots of carbohydrates in the form of cake as well.
So I was like, I'm gonna eat super healthy. I'm gonna eat when I went to California. I'm gonna make up all from my Clash sins. Like, and I did. I had so much salad and seafood, and I ate really good. And then the birthday cakes came because it was our director's birthday, and then they had birthday cake for her. I'm like, I gotta have a piece. And then someone brought birthday cupcakes for her. It's like the cake just kept coming, and I
Yeah.
could not eat it. So,
Yep.
uh,
That is a problem. I
yeah,
mean, at the Clash, like it wasn't even that I was indulging in good food for the sake of it. It was that your choices aren't very good, and
no.
also we didn't have a lot of time, and
Exactly.
so it was
Yeah. So it's
just
like shove
nerd.
some fries in your face. It's very
Yeah.
different than California where like healthy food is everywhere. It was really
Mhm.
nice. It was really nice. So Sue says slow CO2, but Cage is under 3. That makes sense. I agree with that. It's the tank I showed you a pic of. Beautiful tank, Sue. 2 Finnex planted plus 4 foot plus on an aquaray. That's not a lot of light for a 125. Honestly, it's a deep tank, and you need a lot. You don't need, all right. You can grow lower light plants, but I would not call that a highlight tank. So I have 2 Chihiros on this, which is the same depth. And I still don't call it a highlight tank because it's still at the bottom. I can just see plants not growing in a way that would suggest highlight compared to like this 40 breeder.
Yeah,
So
you can see it in the
you don't
color.
have as much light as you think you do, and that's why you need to work a little harder to keep it from being crowded.
Yeah,
Because
especially if you
it's
know
not
if everything else is doing really well, but you're having trouble with particular stems.
yeah,
Stems are the greatest indicator that your lighting
they get
needs.
leggy. They get
Yeah.
leggy. Another thing is if you have a lid, clean your lid. That can help. So my lids right now not great. They could stand to be cleaned. Like
I'm so tired of cleaning them because they just
I
get
know.
looking like shit so, almost
Right.
immediately.
Yeah, it's not near as bad as when I lived in Iowa and I had a cage and GH of 22.
Yeah.
Those lids were disgusting. So, and Sue's water is pretty soft, so it's not going to be so bad. But cleaning your lids does really help because lids reduce your par by more than you think. And like I have to have lids though. I have rainbows. Like it's just you have to have lids for rainbows. I could put a net over it, not our friend Annette. No, she is going to block light, but a net. I could put that over it.
There's light diffusers like the mesh white grid
Yeah.
thing. I have that on the 16 gallon in the bedroom. It's just very light, so it has to be
Mhm.
clamped down because a rainbow will just blow right past it.
Yeah.
But for nanofish, it's great.
That's cool. Well,
So
thank
thanks.
you, Ted. Thank you.
What did Ted do?
he gave you a super sticker.
But Bob gifted 10 memberships, so let's get to that.
Oh,
first.
I didn't realize that Bob did. Give me 5 seconds. I'm going to turn my air conditioner on. It's like 90 degrees, and I don't
Okay. So those 10 memberships went to JMC 3D, Night Owl Aquatics, Fathom Aquatics, Coro Works, Jesse, Jay's Horses, Ritesh Das, Dumb Moose Barbecue and Outdoor Adventures, Aquatic News Network, Wally's, Freshwater Aquatics, Warren Venter. Thanks, Bob. And then thank you, Ted, for the 99-cent Black Cat.
Corey says, I run 2 glass tops just to really punish my points.
Double layer it.
That's fantastic.
Put that light
I mean,
to the test.
but you're really safe from your Achilles jumping. 2 glass lids, much safer than 1.
No gas exchange allowed.
Corey, I'm sorry I didn't get to hang out with you more at the Clash. I mean, I said hi briefly, but we were just both so busy.
He was busy. I was busy.
I know we didn't get to hang out.
Busy business.
Hopefully you had a good time. I've been a speaker before, and you're really busy as a speaker. And I guess more so for you. I had minor celebrity when I was a speaker, and that was enough to deal with.
You had to talk to strangers, which you love talking to strangers. So
I do like talking to strangers, but it does take time. But those strangers can become friends, which we all want to make more friends.
I saw a dude sit next to you. I think it was at the auction and said that you changed his life, but I missed part of that conversation.
Artie, yeah, my talk changed his life.
Was it the glowfish talk or the CO2
the glowfish talk? So Artie, he volunteers at a children's hospital, and he has a glowfish tank in there, and he likes to tell the children about how their glowfish helps cure cancer.
Oh, okay.
The foundational research for GFP, it's been used in all cancer research since then. So indirectly, yes. And whatever makes kids feel better who have cancer, I'm all for it. That's great. So yeah, that's Artie. He's fun. He's fun. He's in the club one of the clubs on Long Island, I think. Ted would know, but he's been talking about bringing me out there, and I would love to go out there. That would be great. So
Nathan's asking, any decently priced aquarium lights that are 60 inches without the little extended arm things. Elaine says Nitro and Current have 60-inch lights. So without
I don't have any tanks that big, so I can't tell you. And I'm a light snob. I don't have decently priced lights. I have too expensive lights. But remember, I don't have that many tanks. So, if I had 10 tanks, I would be more budget conscious.
Like this tank, since I custom built it, is 55 inches long. They don't make a light like that. Don't. So yeah, I settled for the 48-inch light. Yeah. And so everything that I plant on the outer edges just has to be tolerant. So Boost is perfect. And Anubius, I have Crips and a Ponageton Crispus over there on the left side. And it's fine. Though I have now an Ponageton Crispus Red, which I think I might replace this current one with that one, because right now it's in a 40, and Crispus in a 40 gets a little out of hand. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. I've had Crispus in a 90, and I thought it got huge. So yeah, it takes some regular trimming of that one, but let's add a little bit of color. Yeah. But then, does anyone want a giant ass Ponageton Crispus? Because I have no other place for it. Well, it's like I had those really enormous swords I had to get rid of, and they went to Jorge, Mexicali fish keeper, who has a 220, and he was happy to get them. They were so big that I had to put them in trash bags to send them. I didn't have a Ziploc. They wouldn't fit in a Ziploc. They were so big. And it flowers like, I don't know, every day. Yeah, I feel like it's crazy. That's cool. So Ted was a busy, anxious mess at this year's Clash. 3 talks, judging, guitar, volunteering. Yeah, it was a lot. So happy meeting my new Fishfam friends and bothering Sue Harkey. I mean, Sue Harkey's a saint to put up with you, Ted. Mm-hmm. You're her cross to bear.
Yeah, I mean, when I guess the year I spoke, I did 2 talks, the panel chat, so 3 talks, volunteering. I judged also. It was a lot. It
Oh
was a lot.
yeah.
But it was also fun, and I love meeting new people, and I love seeing my friends, especially all of you that I just chat to online. It's so good to finally see you. So
It doesn't. It seems to not really matter what you choose to do at the Clash. The problem is that you have to make the choice
yeah,
because it's
true.
2 days of very condensed activities.
Yeah, and you want to go to every
It's like
talk, but then
you can
you
go
won't
out to
see your friends
lunch.
as much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can go out to lunch with a small group, or you can catch a talk because
Yeah.
you're not going to do both. You can, and the same with like judging or dinner or lunch or whatever, or
Mhm.
like you can go to the award ceremony, or you can go out to dinner.
Or
And
if you're working the auction, you're not hanging out with your friends at the
good
back of the
lord,
auction.
you did like if this corporate shit doesn't work out for you, you have a new calling. You got to be an auction announcer.
Yeah. I mean, who knew? God, Jake and I are the same though. God, you get our mouths running, we can't stop. So
Yeah, and Jake doing the raffle calling.
yeah, because
very smoothly.
Jake's job. So Jake is an instructor for work. So all he does is talk to people all day too. It's just what we can do, I guess. But I liked it. I had fun doing it. The thing is, I usually don't go to the auction because I usually have to drive back on Sunday so I can work on Monday. I'd have to take another day off. And
Yeah.
I don't know, it might be just a one-time thing, me working the auction, but maybe, when my own club, so I have a brand new club in Fort Wayne, the Fort Wayne Aquarium Society. They just had their fall swap. They had it, unfortunately, the same weekend as the Clash, so I couldn't go. But they've had 2 swaps now. I'm assuming they'll start having auctions, would think. And
yeah, I mean, that's how you bring in some good money for the club.
Yeah, I mean, they're a thriving new club. They have a meeting every month. They have they have like 30 or 40 people coming every month. So it's good. All right, Skipper needs to find Java for a narrow leaf. God, Skipper, just come over. I'll give you trash bags full of it. I
If
mean,
you
I
had
know
had
you're
time
kind of
to
far from
pull
Pennsylvania, but
plants.
I'll give you come by.
Yep.
I didn't have time to pull plants. I was going to bring some and sell them for the fishfam.link table, but I was just too busy with my corporate job because I had to get ready for this big quarterly meeting, which I think they're going to send me out to California every quarter now to present to the VP of clinical affairs or clinical and medical affairs, and then the VP of scientific affairs. So
sounds like it could be an email.
No, it really can't. It's but it could be remote. It could be remote.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be too long of an email. I don't want to write that. It's much. I mean, because I did present for like 2 hours.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it was a lot. And then he just kind of wanted to pick my brain for 2 hours. So
Okay.
it was a lot. It was a lot. But it was good. I really liked it. And I really do like the people I work with. I think they're nice people, and it's nice. It was nice to be with them. So, it's nice when you can like the people you work with. All right. Sue says Ted was out of my hair for most of the Clash. The benefit to Ted speaking. So she was not responsible for him this year.
Volunteering is fun. Takes some running around.
Yeah.
For sure.
But think of poor Jenna. God.
Volunteering and running the table
woman.
and Dee Dee was helping with the wedding planning. So she was really manning that booth most of the time. I was there off and on, had my stuff to do, brought a lot of plants.
You did. You brought a lot. It's like last year our roles were flipped because I was out of work last year.
And I barely had time to get anything.
Found work, but I had time to bring tons of plants. Stephen was too busy with work, and now our roles are reversed.
Yep.
But
I had round 3 of the interview today.
You did. How did it go?
No idea.
But
I think it went okay. It was, with the
yeah,
execs, so it was, they had their
get a
poker
good vibe
faces
off the
on.
company.
There
Yeah,
was no like, you're gonna hear from such and such. They're just like, email us if you have any more questions for us. Like, okay,
I think
hey,
they're gonna
Ken,
hire you,
yeah,
Stephen. I think they're gonna hire you. You're very qualified. You know, I was even talking to my manager today because like my company wants to do more stuff with AI to help us be more efficient. And I'm like, well, I have a friend who knows everything, and she's like, I need to pick his brain. I'm like, I know. He knows all these things we don't know.
oh yeah, you want some, you want to use AI for medical stuff?
Well, I want it for things to just make writing easier, not medical stuff.
Yeah, there's a
But like,
lot of ways to
I
do that.
want AI to populate a table and not get it wrong.
It's
That's
getting there.
it's getting there, but it still hallucinates. You know, even if we have restrictions where like it can't go beyond the paper, the information that's in the paper, you know, it can't hallucinate.
You back it into a corner, it will lie.
It will lie. I know. And I wish there was a way to program it where it would just say, I don't know if it didn't know, but it's not good at that. So, yeah, I mean, because a lot of our efficiency issues are things that you have too. I mean, they're writing and formatting and table making
First draft.
just working big documents. Like, it's not so different. So, Corey says, oh, good. If I want to check a bag, there is an issue and they stop checking bags in 4 hours before the flight. Carry on only for me. Oh, yeah. Usually, yeah, I like to check bags too. I don't like to drag my suitcase through the airport.
Now, what if you were flying to Brazil? Would you want to have all your shit with you, or would you?
No, because like when I went to Colombia, we checked everything.
Oh yeah.
Even when I went to Europe, we checked everything. I mean, Jake had to have his laptop. You don't want to, because it was his work laptop. But yeah, I usually like to keep mine with me. This time when I went to California, though, I did carry on, but because it was only a tiny, tiny little bag. So
we had so much stuff.
Yeah,
we barely fit it into checked bags, and because I think like it's $40 per bag until you want that third bag, and then it's like $10,000.
So much money. What Jake and I have started doing is like, and we're both kind of like people who travel light on vacations, especially if it's a tropical vacation. Clothes don't weigh as much as a winter vacation. You don't need sweaters and hoodies. So we just consolidate all of our stuff into one suitcase, and that saves money. And then we just check that. So Zenny says, I will never understand you people and your lack of stage fright. I just can't talk to randos easily. For some reason, I was born without a sense of shame. I don't know why that is. You know, I've given lectures to over 500 people, I think maybe even 900 people at a time. I just can do it. I don't know why I can do it. I can. Sometimes it would be better for me to shut up a little more.
I think Zen is a social butterfly.
I think so too,
She was all over the place.
And everybody was so happy to see your beautiful face. You know, it's like I said in Vibes stream, like a lot of people who stream, not that good looking. But you see Zenny who doesn't want to stream. If you had a beautiful face like that, why would you hide it? We have some real uggos in the Fish Fam, and they stream. You know who you are. But Zenny is beautiful. She's beautiful. And she has so many wonderful things to say. And you all know she's so funny and she's so smart. I don't know why you'd hide that.
Compared to my first time with the Clash, I spent a lot of time decompressing and just mentally preparing in the hotel room. Took a lot of breaks.
I know. And everyone was so excited to see Zenny. So excited to see her because, I mean, we love you so much, Zenny. It's just like we love you so much, Stephen. You're almost crushed by it. It's overwhelming. Because you have like, I have minor fame. You have like moderate fame. You're up to like mid-level fame.
I would not use the word fame.
I would. You have mid-level fame. I have just minor fame.
No more sequencing genomes.
So yeah, sequencing genomes is kind of a thing that's been done, except for like more obscure projects, more obscure microbes. So back when I started, I'm pretty old. And when I started grad school, the big thing was like the race for the human genome and like how long they thought it would take. And even like, I remember there was something called the 2010 project. It was for, their goal was to have the genome of Arabidopsis thaliana, which is the main plant. It's the #1 plant model system for studying like plant physiology, genetics, microbiology, like molecular biology, all that, because it has the smallest genome of any plant. Anyway, so it's the 2010 project, and that just seems comical that was the goal back then, because I think it was sequenced by 2003 or something, maybe 2002. It's just once scattershot sequencing, that Nobel Prize was awarded for Craig Ventnor, and the human genome was sequenced. It just was so cheap and easy and fast to sequence a genome that pretty much all of them have been done. The only things that have not been done are more obscure things that they're working on. So by the time I finished grad school in 2010, everything had been done, and they were just working on, the department I was in, one of the big areas that they worked on was tree of life evolution, which is kind of major early decisions in evolution that happen. So divergences. So between like a lot of like really obscure protists, like Giardia, different amoebas, all of that. So there was work to sequence all of those and do a tree of life. But now even those have been sequenced. So now it's just like
Now how about aquarium bacteria?
Yeah, that's a thing that needs to be sequenced, but it is really cheap to do. It's really cheap to sequence bacteria. You probably could send out, but you need to isolate it is the thing. You need to isolate each strain. And you need a lab to do that.
Impossible, yeah.
Yeah, you need a lab to do that. But sequencing it is probably, I want to say for bacteria, under $1,000. It's really, which is in terms of science is dirt cheap. So all right.
Do you know anything about banjo catfish? And
aren't they ginormous?
Oh, I don't know if they're that big. I thought they were.
So let's cross off. Okay, I've never kept a banjo catfish. Never will. I've kept goldfish. I don't remember the last time I had a live. I think I had a live bear when I was a kid. And cichlids, there's so many cichlids you have to specify, but I don't think I would keep cichlids and goldfish together. That makes no sense. Goldfish and live bears together.
I mean, if the question is like, are banjo catfish a good community catfish? I
don't think so. I wouldn't keep goldfish. I don't know. Aren't they huge? Someone in the chat tell us. I've never kept them. I would not keep goldfish and live bears together. They're gonna eat.
Well, I mean, if that's the question, yeah, they're like 6 inches. Like they're not. I think they're fine as a community fish. I think it's just, are they individually compatible with each of these things? I'm not even going to address our goldfish and cichlids and live bears. Like
I don't know. I feel like this is just random fish generator, the game, and you're just giving us a random list of fish to live together. I
wanted to play that board game that they were
not do this
raffling it off at the Clash. I think it was like stock list compatibility game.
Yeah, I wouldn't keep any of these things together. Let's put it this way. Except for maybe live bears and cichlids, maybe. I don't know. I probably wouldn't even do that. I would never keep a live bear. Why would I do that? Live bears suck.
Because they're colorful and they're cool.
I have babies that stress me out.
Contain them to one tank. Stephen and Jenna put CO2 recas on every sealed bag of plants they sold.
Yes, that was awesome that you did that. That really helps people. And when I did the auction, I tried to give recommendations too, because I don't always know all the fish. So I can't always give insight, but I know most of the plants. So there were new plants there though.
What?
Can you make cut an Anubias nana to propagate for sure. You don't even have to cut it. You just snap it. Snap the
Yeah, that's
rhizome.
what I do.
Yeah, I do too. I don't bother. I used to like get a new razor blade and make a cut. Now I just snap it. I think that way. Yeah.
I pinch off stems with my fingers too.
Yeah. Yeah. Think snapping it works really good. But as long as you have a chunk of the rhizome that is not rotten, if it's soft and mushy, it will just rot and it won't propagate. But as long as it's firm, it will grow. It will grow.
So Ted says he uses AI to search for biomarker rates.
Yeah.
And checks the references if time allows.
It's good to know. I mean, the thing is, I'm so good at searching databases without AI that I wonder if it would save time. Because like my whole job is nothing but working Embase and PubMed and EBSCOhost. And like all my searches have to be systematic too. Because like I do meta-analysis for a living. So
the key is you have to have the right prompt. And for efficiency, it's got to be a repeatable prompt. And
I can't do that though, because there has to be an audit trace on it. So it has to be a systematic search. So it can't, it has to have a paper trail.
Well, you can also prompt a system, like have it come up with some stuff.
Right.
Generate that paper trail.
Yeah, but their terms are never going to be as good as mine. Because the thing is like even other writers, have shitty terms. Like that's the art of being a good medical writer. Is your search strings. So
does Kelley also do laundry on tropical vacations?
We do, Zeddy. I know. In fact, sometimes I try to get into Airbnb that has a washer and dryer. And sometimes Jake will like wash the same pair of shorts every week so he can keep re-wearing them. And yeah, we do laundry before we go home, because then you can come home with a whole suitcase of clean laundry. It's the best. So yes, we do.
Anna Banana said, once you get your bag lost, one learns to carry on only, even for international trips. I always carry
my bag lost all the time. I never learn.
Well,
I never learn.
Lost
I never
versus
learn.
Temporarily not in your possession, which is stressful anyway. Like when I went to Fishtoberfest, I was missing my bag for, I don't know, 12 hours, 24 hours, long enough for me to be upset. I mean, the fact that the bag wasn't there when I landed was enough for me to freak out.
I didn't pack on that contingency. I had my first bag lost in 1998. I've been losing them ever since. I never learn.
Corey says the bag issue wouldn't be a problem, but if you want to bring a collection net, dissolved oxygen meter, 3 cameras, batteries for being off grid, hard to get into. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Although, can you check the batteries now?
I mean, like for us, like all the scuba equipment, the snorkel equipment, the wetsuits when we go on tropical trips. Can't carry that on. That bag is huge. I don't want to bring a wetsuit on a plane.
Big old flippers.
Yeah. My fins. What was it? Annette said that Jake and I have a career for storage wars. The thing is, I'm not a great auctioneer, I don't think. So I just read the bags. I don't have very good peripheral vision.
I mean, the auctioneer thing would take practice. You can't, I wouldn't just get up there, especially for that kind of auction where efficiency is
I don't have good peripheral vision, though. I can't always see who puts up their thing. Scotty's a great auctioneer, but he is not good at the bag reading because Scotty cannot pronounce scientific names. He just gives up.
You just got to say them with confidence.
It's true. It's true. It's it's the secret. It's the secret. I'm so behind in the chat. It's like I'm not even trying.
Is that the new 3K camera? Sue is asking Corey.
Fancy. Super fancy.
Zen and her partner were the coolest cats at the Clash. With fabulous hair, for sure.
Annette has me figured out. She says Kelley wants just one bag, so Jake will be the only one with his hands full. Yeah, Annette, I'm not carrying anything. Even when it's 2 bags, he carries both of them. Yeah. those muscles are not just for pretty. Like they need to work.
Cosmin says, for the biochem nerds in here, are
Nice.
yeast artificial chromosomes still a standard platform of research?
So not really. That's pretty old school. So even by the time I got to grad school, yeast artificial chromosomes were used a lot less. So what a yeast artificial chromosome is it's a very, very big plasmid. So a plasmid is a circle of DNA. You can put all kinds of things on them. Plasmids are still really useful for lots of things. So if you're doing stuff with E. coli, if you're cloning a gene, lots of reasons you would use it. If you need a really, really big gene, you can put it on a YAC, a yeast artificial chromosome, and those will shuttle between yeast and bacteria. There's still stuff you can do with it. I have used YACs, but the thing yeast artificial chromosomes used to be used for is before the human genome was sequenced, they had it all parsed up into these big YACs, and they would sequence all the YACs. But now that's kind of done. It's kind of not a thing anymore because we are well into the post-genomic era. I mean, this human genome was sequenced in what, 2001? So it's less used than it was. There's still some molecular applications for using them, but not near as much.
And are scientists still fighting if it's one bacteria or two bacteria that convert ammonia to nitrite to nitrate?
I have a feeling it's way more than two. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I know that they discover the nitrous, so like it's like Kamamox, whatever. I don't know the name of it, but I know it's one that does the direct ammonia to nitrate in a certain range of pH, and then there's other ones that are more dominant in lower pH, and then there's a whole bunch of them that are fine at a wide range of pH.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I have this. I have a rainbow tank that when CO2 is running, the pH is like 5.5, 5.6, which seems crazy, and then it goes back, into the sixes at night. And the cycle is not really an issue. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff at work, like plants absorbing the crap out of nutrients all the time, but in general, it seems like life finds a way.
Well, it's a whole community of bacteria. It's not just one species, because there is no example of any soil substrate that's just one species. So it's definitely a community of them, just like your gut is a huge community of bacteria.
Right. And like your two tanks next to each other might have slightly or very different.
It could be very different. I mean, they're still different. They have different light on them. They have different different communities. They're just different. So I don't even think they're debating it anymore, because I don't know any credible scientist who would think it could possibly be just one or two. It's just not how it works. So
yeah, I mean, I guess it's worth looking at and arguing about, because there are still people that think that such and such will kill your cycle.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
So Anna,
it's worth examining the fact that there's such a wide range of microbes that you know whatever environment that you settle on.
Definitely, and it's whole community analysis that's being done now, and a lot of that, we have the tools to do that analysis now with, microarray technology and quantitative PCR, RT-PCR. Can look for different profiles of things. They do that with the gut, and they do that with soil, and that's the sort of thing they would have to do with aquariums too. But it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, and it I think it argues in favor of not worrying so much about the cycle and just kind of watching the tank and watching things grow and establish. And
I would think that. I really do think that time is much more of a factor than watching your numbers change on a test for getting a tank that's good quality. I mean, Corey talks about season tank time. I really do think there's a lot to it. Like, I would never put and I know this from experience, I think that you really need to wait 6 months before you put a Stephan goby in a tank.
Yeah, a lot of things that need that constant grazing.
They starve otherwise because they have to graze off outflux. So maybe it's okay to introduce a tetra. They don't graze off that bacteria, right? And maybe your numbers are like, oh yeah, I've cycled this tank and I'm making nitrates and it's cycled. I'm done. I can add whatever fish I want. And I don't think that's true because I watched my Stephan gobies in a new tank starve and die because it just wasn't there yet. It was only, it was only a month and a half old or so. And yeah, it was cycled because it had mulm from other tanks, but it doesn't mean it was a mature system. So when I put them in this one and I waited longer, it was like 2 or 3 years at that point. Well, they were fine. They had plenty to eat. So I don't think that cycled is necessarily the full story. I think time is the story. And it takes time to build diversity and it takes time to build that community.
Yeah.
Of bacteria. So Anna had a question. She says, I remember that time of sequencing. The difference is that these projects were all done by Sanger sequencing. That's really old school. And now we do next gen sequencing. What was done in 13 years can now take a week. No, what was done in took 13 years now takes like hours, like even less than that. I mean, it's 1 day turnaround time to sequence a lot of things. It's a different world. Even between when I started grad school and when I ended, it was just completely different. It's kind of a cool time to be in school because there was so much change. And then CRISPR-Cas9 came around and that changed everything again because it could take one grad student an entire PhD career to make one mutant in something like corn or zebrafish. That would be their whole PhD, would be to make and analyze one mutant. And then CRISPR gene editing came around, which is something I talked about in that glowfish talk. And you could make a mutant in a couple days.
I want to make a mutant.
Well, I mean, it costs a bunch of money, but you
get powers. Like, can I just make whatever?
No, most mutants are just dead. They're just lethal. The number one phenotype for a mutation. Oh, that's not true. There are two. The number one most common phenotype is does nothing. The second most common is dead.
Okay, well, we'll work on that.
Yeah. But the interesting ones are the ones that are in between. Those are the interesting mutations.
So both Zen and Dee were gunning for the Crystal Castleman book.
Yeah,
and so was
that was quite the prize.
And I think I wanted it more. I think that was why I
know. And I forgot to enter the raffle. I just forgot. So clearly I didn't want it enough because I didn't even put a single ticket in. So, oh well. So,
let's see. Branton's bandsaw blade broke, and you can't find a replacement. And
can't help you with that. I know. You should never come to me with
about ready to smash something. He said, and Moose has some advice, which is to chill out, bro.
You know what? That's good advice. That's good advice. Yeah. Ted asks, can sequence the genome of most Fishfam streamers. Gene 39 locus 3 is the Cheetos and Youngling gene. There you go. Believe it or not, there is almost no genetic diversity between streamers. I know. Hard to believe. Almost none.
So we're all the same.
So Skipper says, I have banjo catfish. They will eat smaller fish. There you go. Shouldn't keep them with any of those.
But I mean, a lot of fish will eat smaller fish. Rainbows eat smaller fish.
Goldfish will eat smaller fish. They will. But I wouldn't keep a goldfish with live bears. I wouldn't keep a goldfish with cichlids. It just wouldn't. Doesn't make sense.
Can we keep a crypt and tomato plant together, even if it's Pete's Scarlet Sunrise?
I want to grow those tomatoes. They taste so good. So Pete Nietzsche, for those of you who don't know in the chat, he is a horticulturist at Rutgers, and he brought his new variety of tomato that he's been working on. It's called Scarlet Sunrise. It's a little like grape tomato, and it's kind of orange colored, and it tastes so good. I want to grow it. It tastes so good. I ate so many of them.
And you are, for the record, allergic to tomatoes.
This doesn't matter. I can't stop. I have given up so many foods that I'm allergic to. I don't eat pineapple anymore or peanuts. I try to eat no cinnamon, but I can't give up tomatoes. I just can't. And I pay for it, but I can't stop. They do make
Anna says she's lost her bag for 17 days when she was doing a 2-day trip. So
Oof.
she went on that trip, no bag. She probably just assumed, well, that's not getting that.
My record is 3 days. I would view it as an opportunity to buy all new clothes. Yeah, my record
Hooray.
is 3 days. So.
And Sue says that we all need to keep a big tank with a blend of barbs.
I like barbs. I think barbs are cool. I haven't kept very many of them. I mean, I've kept SAEs. They're a barb. Cherry barbs. I don't know if I've kept any other. I mean, I like them all right, but I don't know. Kind of just really into rainbows. Barbs and rainbows go great together.
They really do.
They're
have
a good mix.
The same
They're
boisterous
zippy,
personality.
Yeah, zippy, boisterous.
And barbs. I mean, I have black ruby barbs, and I have
they're
a
chonkers.
pair of cherry barbs. They're like 6 years old now. So
yeah, they're a good match. Whenever people always want to know about rainbow cohabitants, Corys and barbs.
Yep,
that's my recommendation. Little lochies are good too.
And I confirmed last night, both eels still alive.
Wow. I haven't seen mine in a while, but look at this jungle. You can't see anything.
They
could
might
be in there.
They hide really well for being as freaking huge as they are and chunky. They will tuck themselves in a corner.
They do. They're so cute.
And if you have aquasoil, they could be just living underneath the substrate. They've gotten big enough now that they can burrow into the fluorite, that jagged red gravel. They get right in there and then uproot everything.
Mine really they like rooting through the substrate, because I have Marsilea, the foreground. I have Marsilea as a foreground, and they just love worming through that. It's so fun. They're super cute. So Barbara planted Momotaro tomatoes this year, but you haven't tried them yet because you planted pretty late. But your season is very long. Like it's 89 degrees today, which is very unseasonably hot.
73 here.
Yeah, so hot.
It's
gonna cool off. It's gonna cool off.
I still got lilies blooming, cannas blooming.
Yeah, I do
too.
So it is gonna cool off a little. It's supposed, God willing, it will rain. It's supposed to rain 1/3 of an inch on Tuesday. We are in a severe flash drought in Indiana, but then it's going to be highs in the 60s, but then back up to 80 again. So no frost. Looks like I'm going to get down to 35. So still no frost. Our first frost date is supposed to be October 15th. You know, could happen. I don't have much time left, so
that's ominous. Soon
enough. I know that does sound ominous, but soon I have to start breaking down the ponds and digging up my dahlias. Oh, they're so pretty right now. They're so pretty right now. No. Winter is coming. Sad, but
Eric is here and said plants, and then gifted 5 memberships, which went to Barbara Jackson, Peter, Auntie Kay's Tarot, Roy Baker, Chris Ladd. And then says, nice shirt. Thank
you, Eric.
Right, yeah.
It was so good to see you at the Clash again. I love seeing you. And it was just so sweet. He officiated the wedding for Foxy and Peplin, and it was just wonderful. And I was surprise involved in the wedding. I was the announcer, the last minute edition.
You did great, though.
Thank you.
I mean, hand you a microphone and tell you to talk.
Yeah, but the hard part was like DJing it, because like there were certain songs to play at a certain time, and I did not realize that they had pre-recorded their vows. It would never occur to me to do that. That's why.
Really? Because we didn't do our own vows at our wedding. But
I didn't either.
Pretty sure I would have broke down as well if I had to like read something like that in person. So
Yeah, I
I
mean, I
mean,
guess
my
if I
eyes were
were to do
leaking just
my
listening
own,
to the recording of it, so I can
no,
imagine.
if I had to do my own vows, I would not pre-record them. I would just never occur to me that it's a thing. But so they're
Technology.
looking at me like, Kelley, play the vows for the. I'm like, oh God, relax. So yeah, so I did DJ also and announce it. I'm not as good at DJing, but I don't know if you just need me to get up and hurt a crowd, I can do it. Well, thank you, Ted. That's very kind of you. Thank
Now,
you.
Ted says Stephen gets 99 cents, Kelley $5. Now, you're
All
a
right.
smart guy, Ted, but here's
Let's do
the math
it.
error here.
There's a math there. Where's that extra dollar coming from?
Now in reality, YouTube gets 30% of it.
They do.
So
they do.
however that works out.
It's true. I mean, your YouTube income is not really funding even your entire hobby.
No, I can't stay unemployed.
You do have to get a job. Sadly, Jenna's job cannot fund the whole operation. So you cannot be a kept man.
Now, yeah, I'm not. All I would do is just stay up till sunrise and sleep the afternoon. Like I would be the most useless house husband. It would be.
Yeah, I don't think I would be a great housewife either. I mean, I'm a good cook, but Jake is always like, you're free to make as much money as you want. I'll post it up on that couch. Like, he's fun. He has no issues with it. I mean, I know at least
he's not leaving that cushy job.
I know he's fine with it. So
Ted says, Corey, API's quick start uses 4 strains. They culture. Corey says, I thought it was multiple types of bacteria. That's why I use nacho cheese to start the cycle.
I love it. You know what? It's a great source of bacteria, though there's so many preservatives in it. I'm not actually, to be serious, I'm not sure anything will grow in nacho cheese. There's so many preservatives in it. That's kind of the point of preservatives.
Or will it be like just a suspension of
I don't know. If it's
hydrophobic cheese.
If it's homemade cheese or nacho cheese, which who is making their own nacho cheese? I mean, props to you if you are.
We had nachos for dinner last night. Like
that's a good dinner.
Make your own nachos.
I don't ever make nachos, but I don't know why I don't. I mean, it's a good dinner.
Let's see. Corey said I've got a 10.1 degree difference between my totes with my twin wall sunlit panels installed versus one without.
Yeah. I mean, my tubs are all in like full roasting sun, but there's a huge difference in temperature between them because some of them are only that deep. And then the biggest one is kind of comes about mid-thigh on me. So, it's like 2.5 feet deep, maybe.
I store my RO water in that brute trash can in the corner outside.
Oh, yeah.
And that water is way hotter than the tub because I have the lid on top of it.
Oh, yeah. It just cooks.
I freeze a gallon jug of water. So whenever I do a water change, I just put that in there and it brings it down to the mid 80s instead of the mid 90s.
But your tap water is already 80 degrees in the summer, right? It's
so
hot.
Yeah, and I don't age it. I don't let it cool off.
put it in. Yeah.
Corys don't breed until the early winter.
Yeah, seasonal for them.
And speaking of winter, we were talking before you jumped on about my shaded pond. It's underneath that oak tree. Now, when winter hits, all those leaves just cake the yard. And so I'm curious, like, I'm going to be trimming back the lily pads, or they're going to die off on me. It's just going to be open water in there.
I mean, they'll be getting more sun, but your days will be shorter. So
I'm just wondering, like, letting the leaves just pile, because it will be a lot of leaves in there.
So I put nets over my permanent pond because we get way more leaves than you do. I mean, I live in a temperate climate. All the trees lose all their leaves.
But are you underneath a tree? Because
Yeah, I am. I mean, there's trees all around me that just because they don't get light there, they blow over from the neighbor's maple tree. I put a net over them and it does help quite a bit.
Yeah, I might need to do
But
that.
also, I mean, I just every spring I do a big clean out and I just muck out the bottom of it and I do a partial water change and gets it going. So, and then I use a little bit of that nastiness to set up the other tubs to give them a little bacterial head start. Because Ted likes to set up his tubs in April, I think, to get them kind of seasoned and going. I don't do that because I don't like being cold. And so I'm not willing to really leave my house in April. It's too cold for me, especially to run water. No, I don't want to do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
too cold.
April to me. If I started the pond in April, and I feel like it was a little late when we get started earlier.
Still pretty cold up here. We don't really start warming up till May.
Is it a suspension or an emulsion? Oh, of the nacho cheese. Well, what is it made of?
Those can be used interchangeably. Words. So emulsion usually though implies that it's fat in water, but it is a suspension. So nacho cheese, what it is you add sodium citrate to cheese, and that makes the casein proteins, which is a milk protein, soluble. And so it allows the
when you say cheese, do you mean cheese product?
No, that's how you can. So what you can do is if you want to make high-end American style cheese, right? You can just use expensive ass cheddar if you want, and you add sodium citrate to it. And you can, that allows you to dissolve it into water or milk and make it creamy.
Okay. So, I don't think I've ever had fancy nachos.
Yeah. So that's how you can make like high-end macaroni and cheese too, if you want to. Okay. I don't really like nacho cheese that much. You can do it.
It's also known as like plastic cheese.
Yeah. But like that's how, if you want to make it on your own, that's how you do it. So it allows you to allows the cheese to actually dissolve because it makes it soluble, sodium citrate.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can buy sodium citrate off at Amazon, or if you want a shortcut, you can buy Alka-Seltzer, not the Alka-Seltzer that has aspirin in it. Okay, that's going to make it taste nasty, but like OG Alka-Seltzer, you put those tabs in the water and it makes sodium citrate. It's citric acid and baking soda in a tablet. You dissolve it in water, bubble, 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 and it yields sodium citrate dissolved in water in it. And you can use that, and you can make nacho cheese using that. I've seen recipes online. I've never tried it myself because I don't really like it, but you could do it.
It's like molecular gastronomy.
Didn't think I'd learn anything about cheese day. You never know what you're going to learn on Wet Your Plants. You just never know.
Cheese chemistry. Awesome.
Cheese chemistry. That's right. Making casein proteins more soluble.
So Eric says every time someone hits the like button, a puppy gets scratched just right where they shake their little leg. Please hit the like button for the puppies. Yes, do it for the puppies.
Isn't that not the best feeling when you rub their little dog tummies and they kick? Oh, God. There were so many great dogs at the Clash. Everybody bring your dog to the Clash. The hotel is Clash friendly, and Jenna wants to meet your dogs.
Me too. There were so many dogs.
So many cool dogs. So many different sizes and shapes. So
it was like, well, the sizes were huge and then small enough for the huge dogs to swallow whole.
I know, so little pocket dogs.
I like both.
Pocket dogs. I like them all. I do need a dog, Nancy. You're right. It's time.
Get you a dog.
Jake and I have been talking about our next dog. It's time. I miss having a dog. I mean, cats are great, but there's nothing like a dog. Nothing loves you like a dog. I mean, my cats love me, but not even like Jake doesn't love me like my dog did. Nothing can love you like a dog. It's just the way it is.
And Ted says, even burying your tub a third in the ground makes a huge difference in thermocline. Well, let me ask you this, though. If you have, like what I do in both of my tubs, I have a pump And in the big tub, it goes up through a bog filter. It's like pumps basically from the bottom and constantly circulates water out. And then just in the small tub, it's kind of like a bubbler. It sits at the bottom and circulates water up to the top. If doing that completely negate thermocline? Like, does it just kind of make all the temperature the same?
I mean, it depends on how much circulation you're doing. It does get rid of thermocline, though. I mean, that's what pumps do. So,
and I like doing that, especially in the summer, because
it gives you more evaporative cooling. That's for sure. For those, especially for you, and you have such a hot tub. I like it because I just think it makes, especially for big tubs, I think it makes them more interesting to have fountains. I think they're more fun that way. And I do believe that, like, it helps keep mosquitoes down, though the fish do most of that, let's face it. I think it's healthier for them to have the surface broken up a little bit, allows for better gas exchange. So, yeah, it's going to remove the thermocline.
Yeah.
Unless it's a really tiny pump.
Partially buried, has a raised bed around it. Yeah.
It helps keep it cool too. I don't have any of mine buried, but they have so many pots around them that's insulating. Yeah.
All right, scrolling down. American cheese is plastic cheese. Yeah, yep. That's like technically not cheese.
It's cheese plus high. Like, you can make it with just cheese and sodium citrate. Like, and then it's all cheese and then water or milk. So it is made from cheese.
Mm-hmm. Science and Fun is fundamental stream, all about cheese.
That's right. The thing is I don't want to do a stream anymore without a co-host. And there's only one co-host I want, and it's Zenny. That's it.
No pressure, Zen.
No pressure, Zenny.
But all the pressure. Noelle says, see, one of the reasons we love Kelley so much, she has the ability to extemporaneously rattle off the science behind nacho cheese.
You never know what you'll get in this stream. You just never know.
Can I use the corpses of my fallen dreams to fertilize Iguazu 2000 whatever sword? And will this make a difference or kill it? Or will it also have no effect? Should I try singing? I believe everything has no effect on that sword. You just have to just wait.
So I think you can use the corpses of your fallen enemies to fertilize it, but not your fallen dreams. It must be corporeal to contain sufficient nitrates, phosphates.
That is true. It's really hard to get spirits to like stay down in the substrate.
It's true. But your fallen enemies would work. I do recommend composting them first.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, lots of nutrients down there, but then that sword is just slow as hell, no matter what.
Yeah, I've never grown that. Should you try singing? Yes, you should, because if nothing else, it will help give you the patience to wait for it.
Stick your head in the water and sing. Gives a little bit of CO2.
It says, wet your cheese with Kelley and Ginger. Ew. That sounds gross.
What if you just schedule that stream and let the algorithm figure out who wants to watch it?
Let the algorithm decide.
Corey Bruce, welcome to membership.
Welcome, Corey. Thank you. Thank you for joining the party.
Appreciate it.
That's right, Corey. I don't know you. Tell us about yourself. What do you like? What do you like to keep? Do you like cheese?
Who doesn't like cheese? I'm kind of iffy on cheese.
You know, Jake likes cheese, but man, it's so cute. I want to measure him before and after eating cheese, because like he'll start like busting out the sidewalls. He blows up so much after eating dairy. It's terrifying. I mean, he's a slim enough man, I think. But like I've seen him like.
That's why it's so obvious whenever he bloats.
I know, it's terrifying. I want to feed him like some broccoli cheddar soup and measure before and after. Oh, God.
Big Steve, winner of the People's Choice Aquascape.
Yes,
The only choice
congratulations,
that matters,
Lee.
the People's Choice.
And had the best fish. Those long fin glow Danios were so cool. Excellent choice. Very good looking fish.
He is gifted 10 memberships that went to Larry D, Jackson, Nick Everett, Jamie Palladino, The Great Ocean Disaster Aquariums, James S, Prodigal Aquarist, ABS, Garcia Aquatics, Amateur Aquatic Addiction.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Apparently, I said the secret word was cat, and Corey loves the love-hate relationship I have with cats. It's true. I do feel oppressed by my cats.
There's a lot of cat talk in this stream.
There is. So I'll tell a story about the level of oppression we're dealing with. So for some reason, Big Kitty does not like to just jump on the bed. He likes to claw his way up the bed. Well, it was 2:30 in the morning. Jake and I were dead asleep, and I hear him make a noise I've never heard him make before. Because Big Kitty was crawling up the bed and sliced open his big toe.
Oh my God.
Like he had to go to the bathroom and like wash it off in the shower because it was just hemorrhaging, and he had to bandage. I have never heard him make that noise. It just sounded like a wounded animal. I mean, so we're oppressed. And then at 7 a.m., some fucking cat barfed. I mean, just it's difficult. It's a lot.
Jeff's is asking, when do members have to have plant requests in by? I don't like it's the form is still open, and we're gonna start fulfilling requests again.
Shipping season is upon us, I guess.
Yeah, like it'd be good to ship them, and if like a bunch of people start putting in requests, like it may not get to everyone before the winter, and then I'll just continue into the spring, and I have to be okay with that. Like I'm getting to the point where the member plant thing, I don't really want to promise it on a twice a year cadence, because it's starting to like it is a lot. It's annoying whenever we ship stuff out and like half of it arrives dead because the post office delays, and I would prefer to just say, when I've got plants, I've got them. Sometimes I'll auction them, sometimes I'll give them away as like a non-member giveaway, and first come first serve gets plants. But I want to start hoarding the plants that I like, rather than like forcing myself to grow the weeds,
forcing yourself to
volume.
Like farm rotalas.
Yeah,
God, that sounds awful.
And holy shit, Jeff
Kane. This is why Stephen can't do it twice a year. It's because of Jeff.
It's because of Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff. It's very kind.
It's 100% Jeff.
It's
50
Jeff's
memberships.
fault, but also thank you, Jeff. But also fuck you, Jeff.
Yeah, it's conflicted feelings.
It's true. I mean, 100% love, but also
Brandon's still waiting for his plants. Yep.
It's also been very hot where Stephen lives, and it's not, takes a while for it to cool off for you. God, when's it going to cool off for me? When's it going to rain? It's so dry here. So dry. Everything, even in the week and a half I was gone, I came back and I'm like, oh my God, everything is brown and dead. And I'm not talking about autumn, like the colors and normal senescence. I'm talking about everything is just dead. It does not look like it's supposed to look, because we have a flash drought. It's been hot and dry for weeks.
Weirdest gifted reaction ever. Well, Jeff knows what he's doing.
He knows
he
knows. He knows it.
But I do appreciate it.
He knows it. He loves it.
Oh, look, I have been gifted a membership to my channel. I'm going to fill out the plant form.
Oh, God, that's pressure. When do you think it's safe to ship to yourself?
Nah.
Jeff suggests I start a remote farm to assist with member plants. I could, but I do not receive any money from this membership. So
it would just be you shipping a bunch of little boxes, and that, I mean, how does that sound
like
to you?
My idea of hell.
Yeah.
If you come over to my house, I will give you a trash bag of plants.
And that's what I would like to do. Like whenever I auction off plants for Skipper's auction, the money is great and all, but what the best part about it is I have all this excess, all these trimmings, and instead of sending out like 20 boxes, I just bag them all up into 3 big Ziplocs, and I brought them with me to the clash. Jesse bought them, just gave him 3 Ziploc bags of them.
That's nice. I mean, I do give away a lot of plants. I mean, I just do it all at once. I've auctioned off plants for charity before, so that I guess was a money transaction. I guess my big thing is every year I give away water lilies. So that's my big thing I ship out. And it's stressful enough. I hate going to the post office.
And Jeff says, I'm pretty confident Stephen ships out more than he takes in. Yeah,
for sure.
It's going to get more expensive because I'm done with the post office. And so I'm going to be using UPS for the rest of them. Yeah. And then I'm going to rethink the member plant thing. It will not hurt my feelings if people delete, unmember, cancel membership, because I'm sure the plants were a big part of it. And I'm not going to just do away with memberships altogether, but just going to be upfront. Like, you're going to get less. You're going to get far less than what you got before, just for my own sanity.
I'm a member of a lot of channels, and they give me nothing except for the co-op, which has wonderful benefits for members, and I recommend it to everyone. But usually I'm just a member because it's a way to tip the creator. I want to support them, and it's kind of like tipping your barista. So it's not going to change what I do because I'm not really in it for member plants. And in general, like Stephen can just give me plants when I visit. You don't need to send me anything. I'll just get it when I visit. So, and if you come to my house, anyone who's out there, I'll give you.
You're gonna have to do something with those.
I know
plants.
this is out of control. I think that what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring them to my local club, and I'm not gonna auction them off though. I'm gonna donate them to the club, the proceeds from, so they can auction them off and raise money for the club, because I want our club to have some money. So I think I'll do that.
The Corey Bruce is at Edmonton auction yesterday. Lots of plants. Didn't get anything. Did stop by 2 tanks on the way home. Too many plants to even give away.
Yeah, I'll have too many plants too.
Yeah, I don't like throwing them away, especially if I know someone would enjoy them, use them. But
I mean, I've given away a lot of plants. I've mailed plants to a lot of people. I just try to do it in like huge packages, but there are people out there, who you are, who've gotten plants from me. So Nancy says I started her water lily addiction. It's true. I'm very proud of that. She's fully on board. In fact, she's going to send me water lilies probably next year. So that was the goal all along.
Who said, speaking of water lilies? Oh yeah, Dee Dee. Speaking of water lilies.
Oh, I started Dee Dee's addiction too. I'm very proud of that. Dee Dee's ponds are amazing. Just like Dee Dee's tanks are amazing. Just like Dee Dee's amazing. Everything she does looks awesome. She is very good at DIY, which I do not have. Dee Dee's very skilled. I'm not great at that.
Ted says, I'm a member because I want the beefcake photo of Stephen when I hit the 5-year mark.
We could offer like beefcake photos of Jake. I mean,
there we go. Yeah,
I've got
I got AI.
we could do that.
I've got AI, and I've got a lot of photos of Ted.
It's true. A lot of pictures of Ted. Am I at the 5-year mark for your channel? I don't think
no,
I don't think you've had
think
for
it's
5
only
years.
been 4 years.
Yeah, because I was among the first, so, and it was in November, I think. You and Rico.
Yeah.
So, and I've been a member of both for that long.
What is this? What is this username? Mike All Things Fish.
What? Mike has changed his name to.
I think it's just another account.
This is his troll account. That's a very ineffective troll name, though. Like if you want to have your secret account,
it reveals more about his identity.
You should rethink that name, Mike.
Yeah.
It's great.
There we go. So Zen was an early membership person, 45 months. She was a little bit late, but so it's 4-year mark, I think. Probably sometime in November, December. Hopefully I have a badge for that.
I know. What we have to decide. You have to decide what the new badge will be. Some thought. I don't know.
Default. Whatever YouTube assigns.
That's right. Sarah says, if I visit Kelley, I'd like plants in a bakery. If you visit me, you'll get brunch. We like to make people brunch. We are brunch people. We'll make waffles. We'll serve them by the pond. It's pretty great.
I win just because I'm a dinosaur. Ask Stephen. Indeed.
All right.
Member for 10 months.
Time flies by.
Yep.
I'm so behind in chat. I'm like,
I'm caught up. I just went to the bottom to see if there are any plant questions since it's 5:30.
I know. Thank you for
Getting to
tolerating
dinner
my
time.
lateness. My corporate job getting in the way of our stream once again.
It's all good.
So, but it's not like there was going to be streaming on Monday. I mean, you were too tired to stream. And I was
last Monday?
Yeah, you were too worn out. I mean, you got home at what, noon or so?
Something like it. Yeah, that day is a blur.
I was still in the air. So it takes a long time to fly to California from Philadelphia. That was an all day thing. So you could have streamed without me, I suppose, but
it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, not fun. Not fun.
Send Fat Kitty to the Clash 2026. $2.
I can't imagine. So if you go to my channel, there is a video. It's a short of Fat Kitty going to the vet, and you'll see
very vocal.
You'll see what a car ride with Fat Kitty is like. He makes his feelings known, and the vet loves him because he's you can pick him up and squish him, and they, he's very friendly, but he's so loud. He's so loud.
We got Michael Things Fish in the chat now. Okay.
So thank you. It's changed his name once again. Or maybe he has 2 accounts. Who can say?
3. Don't know.
But yes, it's dinner time.
Yep.
But thank you, everyone. We missed you. Hopefully we saw most of you at the Clash. Next year, maybe some people out there will be inspired to go to the Clash. It's really fun. And, I have so many friends and I love seeing them every year. And I want to see my new friends too. Or I want to see people like Nancy B, who are my very good friends. But she has a pet situation. She's difficult dogs. I get that. Ted just super chatted you again.
Oh, it's the extra 99 cents that he owed me.
So $5 for me and $1 for you. Fair enough.
All right. Well, see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye, everyone.